Welcome back to Giant Monster Week 4. We're looking at giant monster flicks all week leading up to the release of 10 Cloverfield Lane. Today, we stay in Japan and check out War of the Gargantuas. Yes, that's Gargantuas, not Gargantuans. That one letter makes a big difference. This is another Japan and US collaboration production, and is actually a sequel to the film we looked at yesterday, Frankenstein Conquers the World. A giant humanoid monster appears at sea and attacks a ship. Then it runs a rampage through Japan while the military are trying to figure out where it came from and how to stop it. When the humans are starting to understand what's going on, a second giant humanoid monster appears. The two monsters seem to be together, but the first Gargantua, the green one who's later named Gara because of its association with the sea, eats people and is more violent than the second brown Gargantua who's later named Sanda because it lives in a forest in the mountains. Sanda, the docile, nice Gargantua, finds out that Gar's been causing chaos and eating people, which upsets him, and the two duke it out in a no-holds-bar battle. The film appears to be standard affair for the genre at first, but there are some details here that make this film interesting. As stated before, it is a sequel, and here's how. The two Gargantuas are actually spawned from the cells of the Frankenstein monster from the previous film. The cells grew into these two monsters, but in separate environments. One actress is here from the first film, Kumi Mizuno, but for some reason in this film she's playing a different character, but still acts like her character from Frankenstein Conquers the World. It's a little confusing and makes me wonder if the studio couldn't make up their mind about her. The film also features an American actor in the lead male role, Russ Tamblyn, who is known for being in such films as West Side Story, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, The Haunting, and even Twin Peaks. There are two cuts of this film, Japanese and American one, of course, which both are easy to get a hold of today on DVD. There is a third international cut, but that one is hard to find and only out there officially on VHS. The film was originally called Frankenstein's Monsters, Sanda vs. Gara, but for the American cut, the title was changed to what we have now, and all references to Frankenstein were taken out in the dubbing, basically making this a standalone movie instead of a sequel. For this review, I watched the Japanese version of the film, and it's nice to see the references to the first movie, but even then, I think it works as a standalone movie. This film is a fan favorite in the kaiju community, and I can see why. The effects are great, the story is basic, but it's cool that it's a follow-up. The Gargantua suits seemed like they weren't too bulky, and the actors were able to run, jump, roll, and fight with ease. The monster fights in the film will probably be some of the most humanoid giant monster fights you will ever see. The last third of the film is pretty much devoted to the Gargantuas battling it out, and it's fun stuff to watch. There's a pretty famous shot in the film of a Gargantua underwater looking up at the people, and it's a great shot. I hear it's freaked out a lot of people over time, and I can see why. If you're looking for something other than Godzilla that was released by Toho, definitely check this one and its predecessor out. They're good fun. Hey, hope you stuck around. Two more random facts about this movie for you. Of all things, Scooby-Doo has done a reference to the famous singing scene. Same type of setting, a woman singing the exact same song, even wearing very identical clothing with the same colors, and she gets attacked by a monster at the end. Wow. Brad Pitt has gone on record and said this was the first movie he ever saw, and it inspired him to be an actor. Yeah, seriously. He stated this in an Oscars confessions sort of video thing in 2012. The video is on YouTube. Seriously, click here. You should see it. I'd show it to you, but I don't want YouTube coming after me for copyright. But yes, Fight Club, Fury, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Inglourious Bastards, and tons of other movies could have been completely different if it wasn't for War of the Gargantuas. If that film knowledge doesn't impress your friends, I don't know what will.